What if I told you that the most famous painting in the world might not be what you think it is? Not just a portrait, not just a masterpiece, but a carefully constructed illusion hiding secrets that people have been trying to decode for over 500 years. Because the truth is, the Mona Lisa isn't just known for her smile. She's known because no one has ever been able to fully explain it. Painted in the early 1500s by Leonardo da Vinci, one of the most brilliant minds in human history, the Mona Lisa quickly became something much bigger than just art. Da Vinci wasn't just a painter, he was a scientist, an inventor, an engineer, a man obsessed with understanding how everything worked, including the human body and the human mind. And that obsession shows in this painting. He spent years working on it, using a technique called sfumato, blending colors so smoothly that there are no visible lines, no sharp edges, just a soft transition that makes her expression feel almost alive, almost like it's changing depending on how you look at it. But here's where things start to get strange. There's something in the painting that most people never notice, something that doesn't seem accidental at all. If you look closely, the horizon line on the left side of the painting is lower than the one on the right. It's subtle, but it creates a visual distortion that makes her face appear slightly different depending on your angle. Some historians believe this wasn't a mistake, but a deliberate choice, possibly representing a deeper symbolism tied to balance, duality, even the contrast between masculine and feminine energy. And when you start looking at the painting this way, it stops being just a portrait and starts feeling like a puzzle. Now, the most widely accepted theory is that the woman in the painting was Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy merchant. That's where the name La Gioconda comes from, a name that can also be interpreted as the joyful woman or the smiling one. But here's the problem. There's very little concrete evidence to prove that. Records from that time are scarce, incomplete, and often unreliable. So while this explanation is accepted, it's far from confirmed. And then there's a theory that takes things to a completely different level. Some researchers have suggested that the Mona Lisa isn't a portrait of a woman at all, but a disguised self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci himself. When experts compared facial proportions between the Mona Lisa and known sketches of da Vinci, the similarities were unsettling. The alignment, the structure, the spacing, it all seemed to match, which raises a strange possibility. What if he wasn't painting someone else, but himself, reimagined in a different form? Some even connect this idea to his known fascination with anatomy and the human form, suggesting that this could have been an experiment, blending identity, art, and perception into one image. And if all of that already sounds unbelievable, the history of the painting only makes it even more bizarre. Over the years, the Mona Lisa has been stolen, attacked, and almost destroyed multiple times. In 1911, it was taken from a museum and disappeared for years, causing global panic and turning it into an international obsession. Even Pablo Picasso was questioned during the investigation. It was eventually recovered in Italy, in the hands of the man who had stolen it all along. Decades later, it would be targeted again, hit with acid, struck by a rock, and even attacked by a woman who threw an object at it in frustration. Today, it sits behind bulletproof glass inside the Louvre Museum, protected like one of the most valuable objects on Earth. And yet, despite all the studies, all the theories, and all the attention, the mystery remains. Her expression has been analyzed by artificial intelligence, described as mostly happy, but mixed with subtle emotions like anxiety and fear. She has no eyebrows, which only adds to the uncanny feeling. Some even believe the painting displayed today might not be the original at all, but a near-perfect copy with the real one hidden away. So after all this time, we're still left with the same question. Who is the Mona Lisa really? A real woman? A symbol? A hidden message? Or something much more personal? Something that Leonardo da Vinci never intended the world to fully understand? And maybe that's exactly why we're still talking about her today.